All righty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody had a lovely day. And with that being said, dive in some TA. All right, guys, we did have CPI come out this morning, and we did have a rather tame CPI. Everything came in line, and as you see, we got a whole lot of absolutely nothing today. We continued our consolidation, guys. This is the fourth day of consolidation. We had another inside bar. We had an inside bar yesterday. We had one today. I'm just going to say, I am still leaning towards downside or more consolidation. I don't think anything right now suggests we're just going to start bouncing out of here. I think we're more likely to pull back because of what I am going to point out on the VIX. All right, so let's just cover QQQ over here. We're going to start off here. As you guys can see, we're still just sitting in this range. There's really not much to do if you are just sitting in the middle of the range. So let's just talk about it like this. All right, break under 510.92, you're probably going to start breaking down. From there, we can watch 509.83 support, 508.34, and then the 506.41 gap fill below. Now, I still do think there is a solid shot. We're going to come all the way back down here to 503.52. Now, guys, I could be completely wrong, but I'm going to point out, and VIX is, unless we're about to go on a massive bull run here, like, the end of 2022, beginning 2023, unless we're starting that massive move up, which I don't think is the case. I think we've already kind of been doing that. I think it's much more likely that we see VIX spike and we see this thing get a pullback. All right. And the weekly chart, we have this big fat green bar, and, it would not surprise us at all. You get some more consolidation or see a little bit of a pullback. Something like, maybe one of these guys. All right. I'm just going to say, guys, it definitely, I'm going to just jump right into it actually over here. We'll return to QQQ after this, but guys, the daily RSI and VIX is getting down to a spot where you bounce every single possible time, except for right over here. When we can look back in the market, what happened over here on, November 2022. All the way into December 2022. Let's just come over here to SPY. Let's just, look back on history over here. All right. That was over here. All right. And that was, this. That was literally right over here when you had some, decent upside there. So unless we're going to have like 5 to 10% more upside over here on the indices, then I think it's likely that VIX spikes from where it's at, and I think we're probably going to see this thing pull back a little bit. Now, if we see SPY pull back to where it broke out from, guys, that's probably going to shake a lot of people up. That's going to be, a 2% drop from where we are currently. And we can either come back, if we don't hold there, we can either, test here, or we're going to just make our way down into the golden pocket. I'm sure people are going to lose their freaking minds. All right. And people are going to be like, oh my God, the market's going to crash. I'm seeing top callers on Twitter, guys. Like, people are definitely going to think the market's crashing. In reality, guys, we're just going to be retesting that last bit of structure we've launched off of. That is how I'm going to be looking at this thing. All right. So we're going to come back over to QQQ. And we'll go over, support. We just talked about some downside. Ultimately, 503.52. That is what I'm going to be paying attention to over here. I still stand by this. Daily RSI has not gotten to overbought territory. So I do think this market's going higher. I think we're just getting started over here. But, I will not be surprised to see these lower levels over here get retested. That is what I am personally looking for. That is what I think, some Bitcoin stocks are suggesting to us. All right, we could just check out over here on CLSK. All right, what the heck is this? And this is why I was giving my warning, guys, over the past few trading sessions. If you were riding these things with us when we called them out, guess what? It is time to take off some money off the table, like to just pay yourself. The thing can very easily start pulling back here. You got Bitcoin doing this over here. All right. You're just kind of, I know you moved up to a new high, but it's not like you're going parabolic anymore. I think it's much more likely that we get this pullback. Okay. And then you got things like coin. All right. You got Riot pulling back quite a bit. You got Mara pulling back quite a bit. Like, everything is, kind of pulling back over here in terms of Bitcoin land. MSTR. Finally seeing that pullback here. I think a lot of these things are suggesting to us that we are going to be getting these pullbacks, right? Goog, second rejection from the 0.786 fib. Amazon over here, not looking bad at all right? Like, some of these things aren't looking bad, but then you got Apple just kind of doing absolutely nothing over there after breaking out of this rising wedge here. I can see this guy going lower. You got big boy NVDA over here pulling back into, you know, where we're pointing out the last break and retest off of 144.42, guys. All right. If this doesn't hold, we could take a trip down here. That's going to drag the market lower over there. You know, semis as a whole, you can see we're looking pretty ugly over here. You are coming right into the golden pocket where, you know, if buyers are going to step in, they're going to be right over here. But, you know, in reality, these things are not looking too sexy right now. They're really not. You got TSM over here just falling off the freaking cliff over here. Things aren't looking too sexy. And this thing, honestly, from this point, all right, we're losing where we were looking for buyers to defend, and they defended them. All right, you got two out of three of these TPs over here. But, you know, at the same time, you gave back the whole move. It looks like you're probably going to have a little leg lower, and I think we can make it all the way down here, 175.45. That's where I think the next wave of buyers is probably going to step in over here, right? You know, you got Avgo over here, still just stuck in this range. AMD's looking butt ugly. Looks like it's about to have a next leg lower. We point that over here. We're probably going to get a dead cat bounce up to, I pointed out 148.01. I know I took off the level, but, you know, if you want to see where that was, it was the low of that candlestick right there, 148.01. Where we go to, guys, right above at 150.52. Now, we knew when we broke the 0.786 fib, this was probably just going to be a dead cat bounce. Now, guys, we took out that low. We're probably going lower. I think 133.74 is incoming over here. You got ARM. This is the one that I was focusing on. But, you know, at the end of the day, this thing also looks like it could start selling. All right. It looks like, you know, you could sweep this low over here at 132.80 and find yourself in the next golden pocket. You got MU looking like a bag of bricks over here, all right? Break under 98.94. You're going to actually test the levels that we've been pointing out for a while. When you're coming down over here, we're saying, hey, make or break right here. Well, now you're revisited, okay? What does that suggest, guys? The fact that we're revisiting, we're probably about to break it, all right? It means this move was not a breakout move. It is a sign of weakness when you come back to where you started a bounce or a rally from. That is what we have right here. All right. So, you know, things aren't looking too pretty. And I think we go lower. So, you know, I just want to show all of these tickers all at once because we could very clearly see things are starting to pull back or they're showing signs that they want to pull back. That's the over here, high volume, you know, impulse to move up, low volume selling. That's not the worst look. But then again, you know, that's kind of a different situation over here. Meta over here, you're still just stuck in this range. And while I'll definitely say this weekly chart, I think we're about to see some explosions, you know, over the coming weeks over here. You're still just stuck in the range until you can break over, you know, 602.95 and have that next fresh breakout like you got over here. Guess what? You're in one of these modes where you can go right up to the top and then boom, get rejection and just stay in the range. All right. So, you know, you got Microsoft over here doing a whole lot of absolutely nothing. It's not looking the worst right here, but you are just kind of consolidating. All right. So we got, you know, pretty mixed picture across the board. But at the end of the day, things definitely do suggest we can sell. And then I know I'm jumping all over the place, but I'm trying to hammer this one home, guys. I really am. You know, I don't think we just have to focus on levels over there on the indices right now. I think it's much more important to look at the bigger picture. How, hey, VIX's daily RSI is at the same spot you'd be getting all these bounces at, except if we're going to go on a massive rip right here. And guess what? I don't think SPY and QQ have, you know, the components right now suggesting that is going to be what happened. CPI came in tame. You wanted that to break you up out of this range. What happened? You had another inside day. You had a complete consolidation day. You did absolutely nothing. I think the market is lacking buyers right now. Okay, that's all that's happening right here. We're going to come back over these charts. All right. Do you see what's happened with SPY? Why is it not advancing? Guys, we're going to need another little catalyst here to bring some, you know, buyers back into the market to go higher. I didn't think we're going higher, but I definitely just pointed out VIX over there. We're, you know, at the bottom of that zone. We're probably going to see a spike out of here. And, you know, if it's not right here, it's probably going to be a little bit lower, but, you know, I don't think it's going to be much lower. So now let's go over these levels over here on SPY. All right. SPY, guys, what we're paying attention to, upside, you got this little 2 candlestick range going on. We're just going to use the low of yesterday's candlestick and then the high of yesterday's candlestick. 599.29, break above there. You probably do get a new all-time high above 617. I'm not going to say you go high off there. All right. But I will point out volume is ticking up here in this consolidation. You gotta, you know, sellers did take the win yesterday. They didn't, you know, have much of a win, but you do have that volume picking up in consolidation. I think, you know, a lot of stuff is happening up here. And, you know, if volume is rising and you have an indecision candlestick, one of them is lying. It's usually the candlestick lying. I think we're probably going to see, you know, a breakout over the next, you know, 1 to 2 trading sessions here. And that's going to close out that weekly candlestick. And if it's a bearish weekly candlestick, we could get a following bearish weekly candlestick off of that. All right. So, you know, as far as downside goes in SPY, guys, we're going to come over the hourly time frame right here, 597. You got a straight flat 597 level underneath there, 594.37, 591.93 gap fill down below, 589.43, and then 586.12. All right, guys. Coming over here to IWM. You're starting to break down, guys. You couldn't hold the golden pocket. You're starting to break down. You're going to at least test this, you know, this daily 9 over here, okay, which is going to be right around, excusez-moi, 233.64 support. That's from all the way over here. And, you know, I think we probably can even come back down here to 229.84 to 226.64. People are going to lose their minds, but at the end of the day, what are we going to have down there, guys? What do we talk about all the time on this channel? Golden pocket. It's right here. All right. We're probably extremely likely at least going to get a dead cat bounce here. Go like that. Probably at least going to bounce up to this area right there. And that's something for you to play. Okay. So that's IWM. What is on DAA, guys? Another just consolidation after yesterday's bearish bar. Okay. I think this thing can find its way down to 431.42 to 433.20. All right, guys, so that's what I have for you guys today. I'm going to point out something, you know, I'm paying attention to here. You just got your bull flag breakout over here. Weekly charts looking really nice over here. You know, break and retest, bull flag off of previous highs. You did not sell off of earnings. You did the exact opposite. This is definitely set up that I'm keeping on watch on this pullback. All right, so that's that. Uber, guys, you did start, you know, break it down over the last few days. I still think underneath 69.87, we could slide down here to 67.12. All right, and then next one I'm going to point out, guys, RK. We pointed this out the other day. It was the thumbnail. Someone said Square. Square is also looking really good, but, you know, RK, I'm looking for this retest of 53.86. The zone I want it to hold 51.33 to 53.86 is definitely going to be a buying opportunity. So remember this on this pullback, guys. Buying opportunity up the wazoo. All right, that's what we're looking at. Some of these big base breakouts here. Okay, and that is what I have for you guys today. AAL, big rejection here. I considered taking a short on this one today. Actually, I considered some puts. But, you know, I'm not going to touch it just because, what do we have over here? We have a really bullish monthly chart. All right, let's actually check on Mr. NQ over here, guys. How are we looking? All right, 15-minute chart. I know we're in the golden pocket with that fallen wedge. All right, it is after hours, so you do definitely have that, you know, low probability going on here. But at the end of the day, buyers are going to step in. It's going to step in right here. But, you know, a whole lot of nothing, guys. All right, you see this range? Just wait for it to break. It's probably going to come next 1 to 2 trading sessions. That's my call. All right, guys, with that being said, I hope everybody had a lovely day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I appreciate your time. You know, if you did enjoy the video, please remember to leave a like. I definitely see it. I definitely appreciate it. I know others see it. The YouTube algorithm sees it. And, you know, if you are finding this information useful and you made it to the end of this short, you know, 13, 14-minute video here, please remember to support the channel with a like. I don't ask for any money. I don't ask for anything other than, you know, just leave a like so other people know that, hey, this is not too bad of information. And yeah, I hope you guys are making money this week. I hope everyone's killing it. And with that being said, catch you all in the next one. Peace.